Hello, welcome back this morning. We have Leanne Ellington joining us. She's going to talk about how to get started on the new life that you want, and it takes willpower. I guess that is the key, isn't that right?
Yes. Well, you know, if you look at the people that you deem successful in reaching their fat loss goals, we think, wow, they must have so much willpower. But in actuality, nobody has a lot of willpower. We all have very limited amounts of willpower. So I have a trick that's going to help you not even have to tap into that limited amount of willpower and just kind of live your day-to-day life without feeling like you're deprived.
It's so interesting because I think that is one of the hardest things for people to do, to feel like they're depriving themselves and taking something away just to get a goal that feels unreachable, I think sometimes.
Absolutely.
And that goes for everything, for your mind, for your body, and for your spirit. I know that you have a 3-part series coming up that we're going to air here on Local 6.
And we're gonna dive into all the details of that. But in terms of willpower, you know, like I said, everyone has limited amounts of willpower. So wouldn't it be, you know, more intelligent of us to set ourselves up in an everyday situation that we don't have to use willpower? And here's what I mean. Instead of relying on that limited amount of willpower, setting up these positive, you know, rituals or habits in our life that allow us to not have to use that willpower. So
okay,
let me give you an example.
Examples.
That, I know it sounds a little bit cryptic, but basically, you know, I know that I cannot have chocolate chip cookies in my house, or else I'll eat them. You know, I know that they'll call my name from the fridge or the pantry, so I just don't keep it in my house, and that allows me to not have to use the willpower to say no to the cookies because they're not there. So based on all of your individual, you know, maybe your things that you crave or your downfalls, you can base your habits or your everyday life based on that. Maybe you know that you are prone to pressing snooze at 6 in the morning when you go to work out. Well, you can simply sleep with your alarm clock across the room. It doesn't give you the opportunity to press snooze. So based on what you know your weaknesses are, you can, instead of having to use the willpower to not press snooze or to put away the chocolate chip cookies after 1, you can instead just instill these new habits in your life that at first, creating those habits are a little bit difficult, but we're going to get into part 3 of our 3-part series is going to teach how to make them a lot easier, but then you don't have to rely on that limited amount of willpower.
I'm going to challenge you just a bit because
Okay.
I actually do the trick of putting the alarm clock across, because for this shift I get up around 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Very
do you
easily.
do you go back in bed afterwards?
Sometimes I do, but I can tell you that when I fill in, you know, for Lauren Rowe or something, and I'm working a different, more desirable shift, I want to wake up and go for that morning run, and sometimes I'm thinking, oh, it's so nice to sleep in, and it's
Right.
just a run. I'll try to get to it in the evening.
Absolutely. Well, at the end of the day, when it comes to putting those new habits in your life, because that in itself is taking some willpower to create that habit, and once it's habitual, you don't have to think about it so much, but it's a matter of just making a decision. How badly do you want it? Do you want, you know, maybe at that day and time, sleep is more of a priority than working out, and it basically is just going to be a give or take with what you personally deem more important in your life. And that goes with creating any habit, pretty much.
All right, Leanne Ellington, our fitness guru, thank you so much for joining us. I'm looking forward to your body makeover, mind, fitness, and spirit, everything. You're covering it all. All right, sounds good. Thanks. Let's get a check-in with meteorologist Julie Broughton. Julie, what's going on for today?